The Los Angeles Chargers needed help on their offensive line, and they got exactly that at pick 17. Zion Johnson, interior offensive lineman from Boston College, was their selection. Here to help us break down that pick, Borna Nazari, the host of Believe in Chargers with Lorenzo Neal. Borna, how are we feeling after that pick? I know that you were saying that there was maybe a debate between Trevor Penning and Zion Johnson, but you think that he's the right fit for right now.
I think right fit for right now is the right terminology here. I think Trevor Penning projects to be a better starter in the long term. But while you have Justin Herbert on a rookie deal, you have a loaded roster. You have it set to ready to go defense, offense. You had to get somebody who was ready to go and play day one. Whereas Trevor Penning, a lot of people argued, wouldn't be ready to be until a year two or year three starter. I think Zion Johnson's interesting, though, because he's coming in. He's a little bit out of shape. He's 350, 360. They need to get him into game playing shape. But he grades to be a really elite run blocker, which is what you look at. And last thing I'd say about him is really interesting story. I mean, this guy was a 0-star recruit, got no offers, was just an FCS guy, and then he became an absolute stud at Boston College. I thought a lot of people, said he could have been an early day two kind of guy, but it looks like the Chargers, Tom Telesco, they had him high on their list, and you saw him pull the trigger.
Ryan, talking on Zion Johnson as a prospect, and one of the things that you guys agreed on before we hit record here is that Trevor Penning has the higher upside of the two prospects, but Zion Johnson makes the most sense right now. Would you agree with that sentiment?
Yeah, I would. I mean, for me, Zion is a plug-and-play offensive guard. Like the minute that he steps onto the field, he's going to be ready to go. And when you're a Los Angeles Chargers team that is, I mean, there's not many holes on this team, right? Like they've loaded up. They're ready to make their run, playoffs, hopefully Super Bowl. We'll see, obviously, what comes along with that. But for me, Zion is about as solid as you can see. If you go back to the Senior Bowl film, he was one of the better players there just in general. And I think that he has good hands. He's a really, really smooth athlete just in general. Interesting move because obviously the debate, I think, was a little bit like, do you upgrade right tackle? Do you upgrade guard? Because I know Matt Filer kind of has some – he has some flexibility to either play tackle or guard. Apparently, he might be going out to tackle. Zion, I think, is a plug-and-play guy inside a guard.
Yeah, I'd say the last thing about him is that he really improved as a pass protector, especially against seeing different kinds of stunts his last year at Boston College. And that's kind of that next step that kind of moved him into the first round discussion. Again, he has a strong base, low center of gravity, excellent grip to keep his strength there. So listen, I think it's a good pick. I think the Chargers ran out of, quite frankly, options at 17. They may have wanted to make a splash and get playmaker, but all those receivers went early on. They had to address the offensive line. They weren't going to go into camp with Storm Norton or Trey Pipkins as their guy. Now they have their guy. Now they have their answers. And now it's up to Justin Herbert and company to get it done.
Folks, if you're looking for some more Chargers analysis, be sure to check out the Believe in Chargers podcast with Borna and his co-host, former Chargers fullback Lorenzo Neal.